Friday. Hey, it's Friday. I said it's Friday. I said it's Friday. Okay. Hello, my name is Andrea. Welcome to Geeky Girls Journal. Today is Friday. I said it's Friday. And you all, I know it's been a week. Well, not counting today. And I'm just coming in here because I want to see how everybody's doing. We have a title. We do have a title today. And if you all hear that in the background, just let me know. That's my washer. Yeah, I'm in the basement today. So let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. And then we're going to just go ahead and get started with this. So the title of today's live, let me go to chat and make sure you all can hear me. I don't know. Let me see. Hold on one second. Let's see. Hopefully I am live. I don't see myself. That might be a problem. Okay, let's see here. If you happen to come in the live, like right now, you coming in, let me know. Let me know if you can see, hear clearly, all that good stuff, because I am not having any luck right now. Huh. Can you hear me and see me? Can somebody let me know, please, in the comment section, because it's appearing that I'm not here. I don't know. Let me know if I'm here. Let me know if you see me. And how is your Friday? Let me know that too. Let me see. I don't know if it's a problem. Let me go out of here and come back in. Not sure what's happening, but I hope you all are enjoying your Friday. I sure am. I surely am. I do want to talk about, do you believe you're living below your potential? Do you believe you're living below your potential? That's what we're talking about today. And it looks like somebody's here. Oh, there we are. Yeah. Okay. So I guess, hey, Bud Files, thank you for letting me know that you were in the building, because I definitely was experiencing some difficulties, but it's okay. We're here and it's Friday. So how is your Friday going so far? How is your Friday going? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, let's see. Okay, I got it. All right. Thank you all for being so patient. I appreciate it. I really appreciate you. Let me change the filter here. Okay. So what we're talking about is, do you believe that you're living below your potential? Do you believe you're living below your potential? Or do you think that, everything is smooth sailing? You have it all in the bag. Everything's going well. You have no problems. Like, you really don't have any worries. You're doing everything it is that you want to do. Am I freezing? You're doing everything it is that you want to do, and you think that you've accomplished all your goals. If that's you, this video definitely is not for you. This video is for those of us who might need a little encouragement, and those of us who are saying, you know what, I'm doing things, but is it a bad reception? I'm doing things, I'm thinking I'm getting things done, but I know I can be doing more. I know I have, I know that there's more to me, and I know I can feel it in my bones, like with the shadow of a doubt. I know that, I need to do more. I know that I can be more. I'm becoming. I'm not quite there yet. I am in the process, and I'm just Geeky Girls Journal. I'm just here. I'm hanging on by a string. I'm hanging on by a string, and I'm trying my best to keep my head above water. If that's you, you don't have to let me know. You know what? You can keep an undercover profile today. We're not going to stress you out about that. I just want you to think about it. If that's you, this video is going to be for you, because what I'm here to do is encourage you. And I was hoping that, maybe we get some takers today. If you feel bold enough, if you're brave enough, and if you want to come on up and join me on this live, you let me know in the comment section, and we're going to have a little conversation. And y'all, I just haven't been here all week, so I'm excited to be on. So, all right, let me get down to it. So, do you believe you're living below your potential? So, a couple of things can happen when that occurs. You're not pursuing goals. You're not pursuing your goals. You're not pursuing those things that you dreamt about. You're not making any moves. You feel like you're not moving forward. The only thing you're doing is you're standing still. You're kind of stagnant. You're just comfortable being where you are. And you're just like, I know I was created for more. I know that I can do better, but maybe you just don't have the right tools. Okay. So I just kind of wanted to talk and something on my lip and process and unpack whatever it is that you like to do and talk about those goals that you have and see if I can be of some assistance to kind of push you forward, and not even push you forward, but just to give you a little bit of encouragement. Maybe I can kind of help you move the needle a little bit. And what I want to tell you is that if you are looking to move forward and to do those things, those big dreams you had, maybe when you were a small child, you dreamt of being whatever it is that you dreamt, and you just kind of shelved that. You got older, and then the bills started coming along. You have a family now to support, and you're like, listen, I cannot do that dream that was on my heart. I cannot pursue that dream. What I have to do now is find a job just to pay the bills. So if that's you and you are just hoping, you're looking for a way out and you want some answers, we want to sort through that today. And I want to try to be as helpful as I can to you. So please ask any questions, comments, or concerns in the comment section. And I don't know, whatever I could do to be of help, I'm going to try to do that today for you. One thing I can say is, if you are stuck and you've gotten comfortable where you are and you feel like, it's no movement. In fact, you're just kind of staying in place and you're like, what do I do? I want to encourage you to start challenging yourself. Maybe you can do a little bit, at a time. Just take baby steps. But I want to challenge you to do something new, right? Or to do something that is in alignment with where you want to be. Or you can start, taking those steps and, track your progression and see how it is that you're moving. And then I want you to do more of that thing. If you're doing something, if you've done something time and time again, I heard today and I thought, oh, that's good. That's really good. Somebody said, you've been told your whole life that you are on the right track, or maybe you're not on the right track. Maybe you're just like, okay, I don't know if I'm on the right track or not. Either way, somebody said that you need to do more of that thing, whatever it is that you're doing. So I heard something today that made a lot of sense. You let me know. So this person that I was listening to said, it makes no sense to continue to do more of that thing that you're doing if it's not working, right? How many of you agree with that? It makes no sense to continue to do something that's not working. What makes sense is, okay, I see that this is not working. It's been tested. I've tried it. I'm continuing to do the same thing over and over. I'm getting the same results. So because you're getting the same results, you need to do something different. You need to do something different. So I want to tell you all a little story and then we'll proceed. Okay, so this is a story. Have you ever had somebody, close to you, and maybe they saw you going through all these things step by step by step, and they saw that you were having difficulty and they could see that you were not making the progression that you wanted to make? So maybe they called you out on something, right? Maybe they called you out on a thing or two. Hey, how you doing, Scott? Good to see you. I can't see you over here, but I see you on my phone. So, hey, Scott, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. So yeah, maybe they called you out. Maybe this is not the conversation for you all, because I know that some of you are perfect, and maybe you don't struggle with the same things I struggle with. But if you're not a perfect person, that means you have flaws, right? And there can be some things that you are currently trying to work on, and you're trying to do a better job, and then you just feel like it's just not working out for you, and you're frustrated. I get it. You're frustrated. You're just tired. Exhausted is the word that comes to mind. You're exhausted and you're like, I'm tired of doing the same thing over and over and over and not getting any results. Let me tell you, you're going to have to try to do something different. So this is my story. So I was in that same frame, and I was like, okay, I'm going to keep trying to do the same thing. And I was doing it and doing the same thing over and over, but I was doing more of it. So imagine my surprise when I heard, what the person suggested and submitted today. And I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The only thing is, I feel like I was caught in my tracks. You know why? Because I was told this before. Not that same thing that the person said, but you know how you kind of get something and somebody kind of tells you the same thing in the same way, but it's not from the same person. It's a different day, maybe a totally different year. And then you're like, huh, now I get it. So it was a bright light moment. And I'm like, all right, I understand now. So this is what I'm concluding, you all right. So in this story, I was told that, I needed to shake things up and change things up a bit. And I was like, no, I don't. I think I'm good. I think I have this under control. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. And I was like, I think I got it. I have a strategy. What I'm going to continue to do is this. And I ran it down. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then, the person just, watched me. It was a progression. They just watched me continue to do the same thing over and over and over again. Have you ever been in that position where you feel like, you're beating your head against the wall, but you just could not get unstuck? You were just trying to figure it out. You're like, I don't know where I'm going wrong with this thing. Like, I'm doing what I think I'm supposed to be doing. But then you don't see the results that you want, right? You don't see the results you want. So you really just don't know where to go from that point. Have you ever been in that position where you're like, I just don't know where to go? Because you've heard from people your whole life, just continue to do more of that thing, continue to just do the best you can, just continue to do the best you can at that particular thing. And so here you are thinking, okay, there's this thing that I'm doing and I'm just going to continue. Yes, Scott, yes. It's like you continue just to do it over and over and over again. And now you're not just continue to do it over and over again in a small, in a small fashion. You're doing it over and over again, but you're just doing more of it. And it's consuming your time. You're like, okay, I'm doing it. I'm killing it. Eventually, something's got to give, right? Eventually, I'm going to get to that particular goal that I'm trying to meet. Eventually, something has to happen. But the problem is that you're just doing more of the wrong thing. You're just doing more of the wrong thing, right? You haven't changed anything. You just continue to work harder, not smarter. You continue to work harder at that very same thing. And it's not yielding you the results that you want. So what do you do when you're in that situation? What do you do? Well, I was like, I have no idea what to do. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I need to keep on working hard at this. And then finally one day, this person who had been watching me, we're just like, what you need to do is this, right? And they gave me the suggestion. And I was like, that doesn't sound right. That's not what the experts say to do, right? They said do something else. And I was doubting this person. I'm like, maybe they don't know what they're talking about. Maybe they're just telling me to do this, and they really don't understand what I'm going through. They don't understand all the things I've done, even though they were watching, at a distance, right? And kind of keeping quiet, but just watching my every move and like, okay, all right. They weren't saying anything. They just kept it real quiet. And so they came and said, maybe you should just change this up, do this differently, and do that differently. And maybe you should change a little bit of this. Maybe you need to do that. And then I start feeling like it's a whole lot to do this and a whole lot to do that. What happened with the solid plan that I had? Why wasn't I moving forward? So I realized that there was a lot of frustration. I was just completely frustrated. And to be honest, annoyed. I was very annoyed. Angry comes to mind because I had put all this time, energy, and effort into doing something and trying to make it work, right? Trying to make it work. And I was even told, just do more of it. Keep doing it. Keep going harder. Just keep working, grinding. But the problem was I was grinding at the wrong thing. Now, I don't know if this is something that would happen again. It probably will, but in a different situation. But what I'm telling you is this. If you're doing the wrong thing and you keep working at it in the wrong manner, you're going to still get the same results. The problem is that, no, the solution is going to be you changing things up, right? Once I had a conversation with this person, I was finally in full surrender mode. I was like, you know what? Okay. what is it that you're asking me to do? Because the first time, honestly, when the person told me what to do, y'all, I was a little offended, a whole lot offended. Have you ever been in a situation where, hey, Chris, thank you. Hey, how you doing, Chris? Have you ever been in a situation where, somebody was trying to tell you something and you was just like, nah, I don't think you know what you're talking about. I don't think that's the right thing to do. I don't think that's going to help, right? I don't think that's going to help this situation out. I really just don't think you know what you're talking about. That's what it boiled down to. And so it becomes difficult to try to take the advice of that person. But I'm telling y'all, a lot of humbling had to happen. A lot of humbling where I'm like, okay, guess I don't know everything. Can you imagine that? Me not knowing everything? I'm telling you, I had to take it down about 25 notches. And I was like, okay. And the thing is, I told this person, no, please don't help me. Please don't help me out anymore because I don't think you know what you're talking about. I don't think that this is the right way to do it. Like, I know that eventually, if I keep doing it this way, it's going to pay off. I was like, I think it's just not my time. Maybe that's it. And don't we, have you ever thought that? Like you were doing something, and maybe you felt like, hey, it's just not my time. It's not my season. It's not my time to shine. So you just continue to do more of the wrong thing, right? You just did the wrong thing. So this person was like, listen, I'm telling you, if you do this and if you do that, you're going to see some differences. And it took me a long time to finally shift my mindset and get to the point where I was like, you know what is it going to hurt if I take suggestion and if I do something differently, even if I didn't think this person had the background to help me out in this particular situation, even if I felt like maybe they don't understand exactly what I'm going through. But they had some very great points, right? They had some helpful tips. And the only reason why I didn't want to listen is because I'm like, no, I have this is going to work out. It's going to work out for me. And have you all ever experienced, a situation where you had to eat humble pie? That's what it is. You're just like, okay, I finally realized this is not working. What I'm doing is not working. So I'm going to have to switch it up and switch it up a bit. So I ended up having to go back to that person. I was like, okay, so what is it that you need? What is it that you can help me out with? Can you please repeat what you said? So I have to tell you all, when I ended up tweaking things and doing things differently, right? Doing things differently, I did get different results. Because what do they say? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, right? And getting the same results. So what does that say, right? Don't be insane. Listen to others. They have great suggestions sometimes. Now, in some cases, some people are telling you to do stuff and you need to just throw that out the window. Don't even listen to what they're saying. But if you realize that what you're doing and you're doing it, you're going hard, you're grinding, and you're just continuing to do it, and you're getting the same results, you're yielding the same results, it may be time for you to say, okay, I'm going to tweak some things. I'm going to try something different, right? And I'm telling you all this because if you believe you're living below your potential, it could be those things that you just need to tweak, right? To get you to that level that you want to be at. And some of you may be feeling frustrated, right? You may be feeling dissatisfied with your life at this present moment. You might be feeling dissatisfied because you're not doing those things that you are passionate about or those things that you really want to pursue. You're not doing those things. So you may be frustrated. You may live with regret. Like, man, I wish I would have, could have, should have did this, right? So I want to submit to you that if it is something that's heavy on your heart and that you're passionate about and that you believe your purpose to do, I want you to take that leap and I want you to do it right now. If that is, let's use starting a small business, for example. If that is starting a small business or something along that line, am I freezing? Oh, you all, am I freezing? If that is starting a small business, I know that a lot of times you have people that come on and say, just stop everything you're doing and focus on that small business. I'm not going to tell you that today, because what if you're not in a position where you can do that, right? What if you need to hold on to your 9 to 5, your current 9 to 5? I am freezing. Am I freezing? What if, what if need to hold on to your current job in order to, continue to pay the bills and to live the lifestyle that you live? And also, what if you had to continue, um, what if you need to keep that job, the one that you're doing currently, to support your business? Because let me tell you all, sometimes it's not as, I don't want to say sexy, because that's not, it's not as glamorous at the beginning that people might want to make it seem. It's hard work. It takes dedication and commitment to have a small business. It's going to be some things that you have to sacrifice. And if you have your other job, you can use that to, kind of do things in your small business and help to move it forward. Am I glitching, Chris? Okay. So yeah, you may. Now, some of you may have a cushion, you might have a fund, or you might have somebody who is willing to be a donor and to help you along in that business, or to help finance your dream. So whatever works best for your situation is what you should do. Whatever works best for your situation is what you should do. If you are not pursuing your goals, why not? What's a reason that you feel that you cannot do what it is that you are passionate about? Excuse me. Are you scared to take the leap of faith? Are you hesitant because you have other obligations and it's just not the right time for you? Or are you living below your potential and you're just scared to do something different? I am just a little curious to know if that's you. And I don't know, I'm trying to think of a way to do this. If that's you and you see those little emojis on the side, if you feel like, and this is a way that we can do it so that nobody knows who said this. All right. So if you feel like you're living below your potential, and if you feel like um you're not where you want to be, because do we all really, like, when you think about it, are we there? Like, I don't think so. Like, I don't believe that you are there. I think that it's a whole process. It's becoming, that you are becoming the individual that you're supposed to do, and that comes in phases and ways. Like, you're becoming, but I also believe that you should continue to work toward becoming the person that God wants you to be. Now, remember, we were reading the verses in the Bible and it was saying faith without works is dead. So that would also include you doing something and moving forward in those dreams and those desires that you have, those goals. You have to put one foot in front of the other and do those things that you believe you're called to do. Something different. Okay, so I'm not. Okay, I am there still. All right, so if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, put them in the chat section. Put them in the chat section. I came here today to not only try to encourage you, but I don't know, I was kind of hoping that somebody in the comment section. So if you are here and you can hear my voice, I was kind of hoping that somebody would want to come up and share some of their dreams, some of their desires, some of their passions, share them with everybody else who's here, because that may be the first step for you. Maybe the first step is just acknowledging that this is something that I really want to do, and I am just trying to move in the right direction, and I'm trying to find the courage to do it. And so you realize that you're not maximizing your capabilities, you're not maximizing your full potential, and there is so much more that you can do, and you're drowning. You're like, you sometimes you may even feel like you can't breathe, not literally, but I mean you just feel like, you're suffocated because you cannot do those things that you want to do. And um if there is something that you aspire to do, I just encourage you to continue to work toward it. If you have to develop new skills in order to reach those particular goals, do that. If you have to take classes, if you have to get certifications, whatever it is that you need to do to put you in a better position to reach those goals that you want to reach, I encourage you to do that. All right. Um, Negative impact. Now, if you are living below your potential, um, there is a negative impact. Right now, the negative impact is that you, of course, are going to be dissatisfied. Like I said earlier, you're going to be dissatisfied with your life. You're going to feel like, you can do more. Why? Because you can't do more. And, oh, excuse me, you all. You're going to feel like, I know I can do more, and I am in a position where I can do more, because I don't know. I just think that you have the potential, you have the capability, that whatever it is that you're supposed to do, whatever that dream is that God placed on your heart, you can definitely do that. Have you ever heard the saying that that you have everything you need? You have everything you need already. Sometimes other people can see that in you. And just as I said before, when I was, going through the motions and trying to work harder, not smarter, I was just trying to grind and trying to get things done because I had this particular goal in mind. And all I could see was do, right? Just do. And then eventually I would get to the place where, I'm able to meet that goal and maybe supersede it. But I had to do some self-evaluating after having a conversation with the person who, by the way, pushed me and pushed me and pushed me, right? So that's another thing. You need to be surrounded by people who can push you. Get around people that, are doing some of those things that you want to do, because it is also in the company you keep. If you're around people that are also living below their potential and don't want to do anything, they're not going to encourage you to do more. But if you're around people that are doing those things, and people that are, always trying to become a better version of who they were yesterday, they're going to encourage you and motivate you to do your best and to become that person, right, that you are designed to be. They're going to encourage you to keep going and to keep trying. They're not going to let up on you most of the time. They're just going to say, hey, listen, I know there is something that, you have these special gifts and these talents, and hopefully they would encourage you not to waste those things, but they'll encourage you to keep pursuing dreams and pursuing your goals. Do you all hear that? Good evening, Controversial Cruising. Okay, I see you, Chris. All right. Whew, you all. I feel like I've been talking. So in closing, because we're at 29 minutes, in closing, I want you to continue to try your best. If you believe that you are living below your full potential, if you are living below, you know, where you want to be at this moment in life, then I want to encourage you to continue to maximize those opportunities that you have. All those moments, maximize those moments that you can use to level up. Maximize those relationships you have. That means being around people that are moving in the direction that you want to go, or people that are already in position, who are in place, that can help you to get to those places. And I'm not saying, be have only transactional relationships. So I did a video and I'll talk about that later. But I'm saying learn something from others, and don't be afraid to take the advice and to tweak certain things, and don't be afraid to pivot, right? Don't be afraid to pivot in situations if that's necessary. Don't be afraid to try new things and to apply those things to what it is that you're doing, because guess what? We don't have the answers to everything, right? And as I said in my story earlier, there was somebody who saw me moving along, right? And saw that maybe I just needed a push, or maybe I just needed a reminder that I had this, right? And that if I tweaked a couple things, I was going to be all right, right? And things would get better. And perhaps that's the same situation you're in. Maybe you just need a gentle little nudge, or maybe you just need a push. Maybe you need somebody to come behind you and just push you and tell you, hey, you're not working up to your fullest potential, right? You're not doing those things that you are talented to do and that you're gifted to do. And you just need somebody who's going to come alongside you and tell you the real deal, tell you the truth, and say, hey, I know you can do better. I'm expecting better from you. So get around those people who are not going to passively sit by and allow you to sit on your behind and do nothing, or allow you not to make those moves. But get around people that are going to say, hey, I know you can do better than this, right? I've seen you at your best. I've seen you do better. And I think that you're slacking. Find somebody who's going to give it to you straight. No sugarcoating. Listen, that's what I had to have. And maybe you're like me. And I had to have somebody come give me a nice kick in the behind and say, listen, you are not doing, you're not doing what I know you can do. And when I heard that, it's like, okay, I'm not pushing hard enough, or I know I can do a better job. And if this person sees it in me, I know I can do better, right? I know I can do better. And sometimes, like I said, that's all it takes is an encouraging word from somebody else to get you started. Or sometimes all it takes is a suggestion from a friend, or a suggestion from somebody who's in the same situation, who can see something that maybe you just can't see because you're in the middle of it. So it just takes that person to give you, that push, and to give you some words of encouragement. And then you're able to, get going. You're able to change some things around, and you're able to move forward in those things that you want to accomplish. So it's Friday. Have a great rest of your Friday night and enjoy your weekend. It is Friday, tomorrow Saturday, and then it's Sunday, Father's Day. So I will not be on here. Well, I can't say I won't be unless I did a pop-up, but just in case I'm not here, I don't show my face on Sunday. I want to say happy Father's Day to all those fathers that will see this video, and all those fathers who don't, happy Father's Day to you. I hope you enjoy your day and do something wonderful. Do something that you love, whether it's hanging out with your family, going out to eat, grilling, whatever it is that you like to do. Go do it and have a great time doing it. And then come back on Monday and start all over. So thank you all for coming into this live. This was very much so impromptu. And if you feel like you are living below your potential, if you feel like you're living below your potential and you know that you need to do better, I want to encourage you to just do it. Go for it. Whatever it is that you have to tweak, make those adjustments, and let me come back and let me know how everything's going for you, because I want to see you win. I really want to see you win. So I hope that you can gather, I hope that you had some type of encouragement from this video, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your night or day, wherever you are in the world. See you on the next video.